Alright guys, welcome back to another video. If you guys just want to get like straight to the point of the whole installation process and me switching out the sensor from the high pressure fuel pump, skip all the way to minute 3 with 50 seconds. If not, enjoy the rest of the video. Filling up again. 8:30. So right now we're currently on the way with my boy Gibby. He's inside. We're gonna go pick up some parts for our cars. Only a few gallons. So yeah, I was saying we're gonna go pick up some parts. We're gonna get a axle back, some lowering springs, some bump stops, and a TU pump. Yo, why this up? Don't tell me I went broke already. We found a guy on OfferUp that was selling everything, and we like tried to lowball him to get like a bundle deal from everything. And yeah, so I'm gonna pick it up once we get there, show you guys everything that we got. Super expensive. Look at that, $519. Got the TU pump, the axle back. All right, so we made it. This is what we picked up for today. We got the AWE touring axle back for this guy right here, for this car. And then my brother ended up picking this, his AFE intake with the dry carbon. And then he also, well, my boy Gibby got H&R lowering springs with the bump stops. So dine-in or dinin, how do you say it? Dine-in. Fuck, it's cold outside. Yeah, and then ended up picking up this too, and look what happened. I dropped it. Literally, like, after paying the guy, I owned it for 2 minutes. I walked to put that in the trunk, and it just slipped, and I just heard that shit fall. And now I have to fix it. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. I was planning to put it on soon, so hopefully we can solve that issue and see if we can do like a fucking modification to see if the stock one of this fits on here. The AWE Touring Edition. Performance unlocked. Nice. So he's probably gonna end up throwing that on tomorrow or maybe this weekend. And then I'll probably do a video on my brother's. And then he's probably gonna end up installing those springs maybe this week or the week after. And then me, once I get that problem fixed, right now we're gonna see. Damn, the dog over here ruining the video. Right now we're gonna see. We're gonna take off my fuel pump and see if the one that's on here, like the harness that's attached to the high pressure fuel pump, see if it'll fit on the one I bought over there. And I'll keep you guys up there to see what we do about that situation.
The next day.
Alright, so it's the next day. Right now we're gonna start working on my car, see if we're gonna be able to figure out if we can swap out the sensor from the high pressure fuel pump. But just wanted to show you guys I do have my downpipe here. Nope, don't want to show the address. I'm gonna be making a separate video on this and then on like every other part that I'm gonna install besides the fuel pump. The fuel pump is gonna be today, so I'm gonna show you guys the process of what we're gonna do. We got my boy Gibby. What's up? Pull up on the block. What we got? What we got?
Broken fuel pump right here.
Oof.
For the low, tap in.
Oof. All right, so we took this rubber piece off in order to get towards the back end of the high pressure fuel pump, and now he's trying to take off. What size is that?
That's 16
mils that are in the back to get rid of this brace that's right here in the way of us to work behind that fuel pump. And then for these, they're just little plastics. They're 10 mils over there. These 10 mils, you just turn it once and they'll come right off. Alright, so now to take out the brace, that's a 17 mil right here, which is that bolt right there. And then once we take that off, and he already dropped that shit in there.
Bolt, it's a nut. Just so you guys know, be careful to drop that shit in there.
Like he almost did. So first, we're gonna start loosening this one and then this one from the fuel. What is this? Fuel line?
Fuel row.
No, the fuel row is this. Alright, whatever.
Cancel it. Do it all over again. Do it all over again.
No, we're leaving that on.
No.
We're leaving that on. So we're gonna loosen that up. Shut the fuck up.
Alright, so we're gonna start loosening both ends up right here. We're gonna try to relieve some of that pressure from the fuel lines, and then we're gonna work our way onto removing the actual pump. And then from there, I think we should just be able to loosen these up, take it off the fuel rail, and then swap out the pump.
Alright, so remember, you gotta disconnect this, and when you do this, disconnect your battery. First, disconnect your battery, because you don't want that shit fucking hot. Alright, slowly, because it's gonna start releasing some fuel. Alright, so just let it go like that.
You can smell all the E.
Alright, loosen it up a bit, and then we're gonna move towards the back one now.
Try to have a little tail, just in case.
Loosen that one up. That one didn't release that much fuel, so that one's already out. Don't take it out yet, just wait till we get towards this one. And then this one at the end. So we got a little bit of fuel coming out. You're gonna have that, so make sure to have that rag right there, because that's what you're gonna get. So tighten it up a little bit so it doesn't fully leak out. Oh, if you want to know what bolts they are, they're T30s on both sides. Alright, so we have it off now. We're gonna swap out the sensor.
Oh damn.
That's how it's gonna look when you take it off. Make sure to get a rag to clean it, and then clean the fuel pump too, because it's gonna have like some oil and gas all over it. This shit's leaking gas everywhere. It still has some inside, but yeah. You can do with like the TU pump that has this facing that way. All you gotta do is get a flathead and pop it out. It's not gonna come out that easy because we already had loosened it up, but that's how it's gonna go.
You have to go all the way around there.
You have to go around it, and that's so you don't have to, you know, splice the harness or buy an extension. All you could do is just turn it around just like that, and then hammer it back down so it stays snug and flush. Okay, so this is side-by-side comparison. This is Gen 1 high pressure fuel pump, and this is Gen 2, the super pump. Literally where the sensor goes, it looks identical. It has a magnet in the middle, which is right there, same as right here. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try the sensor that he has right there, that we took it out. I don't know why the fuck they're playing that song over there. Don't mind them. Fucking ghetto ass neighborhood. We're gonna put that on here. He said weirdos. And what he's doing, technically, we're gonna try that and then see if the car runs good, doesn't go into late mode and everything. So we're gonna do that, apply pressure so it stays fit and snug, and a ver qué pedo.
Finished product, this is what it looks like. We were able to rotate the sensor part with the connection so it's facing the same way as the OEM pump now. We took it off here so I can't show you before and after. But now, typically this sensor would have been facing the opposite way, which is why we would need to splice or get the extension. But thanks to this hack that we learned, we're able to just switch it without really messing anything up, without needing anything extra either.
So now at the moment of truth, we're gonna see if it's gonna work with this, which is the OEM harness, and we're using my OEM sensor. So we just gotta wait and see if it reads it and if we're gonna go with the tune or whatever. Alright, so we have the TU pump on. We already tightened all the lines. The first thing you gotta do when you're doing the fuel line, the little, you know, it looks like a stick. You gotta start off from this side because the way that the thread is going is kind of slanted. So you have to get this on first, and then from this one, move towards this one. So if you have like two people, have someone screw this one on while you're screwing this one on. So that way it can bolt on to the fuel row like pretty good. And then this one's like the least of your worries, the easiest one to get on. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flash the car and see if we're good to go. I'm gonna test drive the car before I put like all the plastics and everything on, so you can make sure it reads the sensor, and let's just hope for the best. All right, so I just finished flashing stage 1 E30. What I did was go to my settings and scroll all the way down to my high pressure fuel pump. I put OEM because obviously the TU pump is OEM, and it'll calibrate itself because it knows it's the TU pump. So the reason why I didn't do the stage 2 plus E30 is because I don't have my catless downpipe on. So in order to run stage 2 plus, you need to have a downpipe on, which is a high flow one or a catless, and you could choose between having a DORCH pump, TU, or a spool. So when I install my fuel pump, that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I'll show you guys like the difference in the gains and stuff, if the pump works right now. So we're gonna test drive the car, see how it works. Okay, so I'm gonna be turning on the car, see if it turns on with the sensor switched out, and my buddy over there is gonna be checking if there's anything that's gonna like shoot out any fuel or whatever. So here goes the first startup. Check it out. No leaks, huh? No leaks. Yeah, that shit kicks super nice. No leaks. No leaks over there. I think we're good. Oh shit. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna probably go around the block, go on the freeway, see how it is. If the car doesn't go into lit mode and actually reads the sensor, and we'll be good to go. I'll keep you guys updated on that. So we're gonna let it sit for a bit, so like the pump could calibrate right now from meanwhile, and let's see how it goes. All right, so from what we know, the fuel pump is working. We don't see any leaks so far. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put like all the plastics and stuff back on and try the car out. I'm gonna try versus his car, see if we notice like any gains, which I doubt because my shit doesn't have a downpipe on. But we're just trying to see like if we're gonna notice a difference between mine and his, like a before and after I install my downpipe and then go to E50. This one's currently on an E30 blend, so I'm gonna be jumping 20% more of ethanol and then adding a catless downpipe. So right now I'm E30 and no downpipe. So we're gonna put the stuff back on, and then we're gonna head on to see what the difference is gonna be between me and him racing. All right, so this is how we're gonna capture the footage. He's gonna mount his GoPro on here, and I'm gonna be on his left side. So either way, you're not gonna be able to see me. I'm gonna be back here. There's no way I'm gonna be in front, but you'll probably only see us when we lined it up. That's about it. Sheesh, look at that. Look at that M on the floor. All right, so we're currently gonna do some testings right now. Sorry for the wind, but we're gonna switch it out to his GoPro footage, so that way you can see how far I am from him. So I'm gonna switch it now. So we got like 2 or 3 runs in, not sure, but the car did pretty good, to be honest. From 40 roll, we tried a 40 roll, we literally both spun out, like it was not good at all. And we did a 60 roll, and I think we did 2 60 rolls. We were like neck to neck for like maybe from 60 to 100. All right, so I'm unpackaging the downpipe so you guys can see how it looks. Ended up ordering it brand new, and all right, so here we have it, VRSF, brand new. On my old one I had it used. This is the first one that I get, and then it comes with like the VRSF stickers. So stay tuned for that video. I'm gonna be posting it up pretty soon, and